Are you addicted to dating narcissistic men? I think I was at some point. I am not now. I am very happily married to a very kind person. And I had to do a lot of work to get out of that. And I wanted to share this experience because I did stop dating narcissistic men, but I'm healing from those relationships and I'm understanding why I was so attracted to them. And I think me sharing this story may really touch some people and make you feel not so alone, and that's why I'm sharing this story. So I didn't even know that my dad was narcissistic. There was like, it's very evident growing up that something was wrong. Like, he was verbally abusive, he was not kind, and fought with my mom a lot, fought with me a lot, and it was so evident that there was something wrong. When I finally get out of my parents' household, I start dating people who are what I thought was different from my dad, but were often narcissistic. Now that I look back and I can kind of see all their traits and the type of people that they were. And I kind of hit a point where I recognized, like, I have some bad patterns. I felt so. If you don't know anything about attachment styles, go do some research on attachment styles. I had anxious attachment pretty badly. Anxious attachment would make me feel like if somebody would withdraw from me, it would make me panic, and it was really scary. And so, like, I noticed those patterns, right? Now stay with me because I haven't gotten to the point that I'm trying to make. I recognized those patterns and I was like, that's not right, and I need to work on myself and I need to heal. And so I started diving into some childhood wounds, trying to heal the pieces of me where I was a kid getting screamed at and verbally abused. It wasn't until the relationship before my husband where I was doing the work while I was in the relationship, because there was something wrong with it. Like, I could feel that. And ended up figuring out that my partner was a narcissist. And some of the videos on my channel are also about that relationship and that experience. And I started learning about what narcissism looks like. Like, what are the traits? What is this person like? And like, one really big thing that I could tell you is, well, there's so much, right? Like, it felt like almost every single thing I did in that relationship was wrong. Like, I would go to touch, like, you're in a car and you have that little sun shield and it has a mirror. I go to touch that and my ex goes and makes sure that he does it first because, like, I'm gonna mess it up. So everything I did, I was gonna mess something up. And so there was years and years of belittling in that way. And then if I would be sick, he basically acted like he could not take care of me. And it was scary because I was so vulnerable because I was sick, getting ignored by the person that I thought was supposed to take care of me. So stuff like that became really evident. And when I looked back on it, and this was really a realization within the last year, I realized that my dad was also narcissistic. He had narcissistic traits, where essentially the dynamic was, if you do anything that makes him feel insecure, there's a retaliation. And it was really scary growing up. And I promise you, I'm still not even at my point. So please wait, because there's something huge that I realized lately, that if you're in this experience, you may experience that too, and it may blow your mind. So just give me a second. So I looked back on everything with my dad and was seeing those traits. And it was scary because he was somebody where you could never gauge what you did wrong. And it was just like his own insecurity, and that's why he would lash out. So coming to that realization was like, oh my God, well, obviously, like, I'm dating narcissists because my dad's a narcissist, and I'm just like trying to heal that. And so I started working on that, and here I am. I'm married now, happily married, in a healthy relationship with good communication. Within the last 2 weeks, and I'm sharing this so fresh, this is so vulnerable for me, come to the realization, well, through my partner's help, through my husband's help, that my mom was very enmeshed with me. And if you don't know what that means, it's codependent. And we are best friends. And there is a very unhealthy relationship that's happening today that I'm trying to work through, where like she has to be in almost constant communication, to where we have been calling each other probably 5 times a day, and that feels really good to her. And it did feel really good to me until I realized a lot of the stuff that was happening. And it is honestly, it is so sobering to learn both parents could not meet my needs. So I kept choosing partners that could not meet my needs. That's what it was. And I always thought it was my dad, and I always thought my mom was the angel, and unfortunately they both were abusing me in very different ways. And coming to that realization lately, I was like, I have to share this, because there's maybe somebody out there that doesn't realize that that best friend or that closeness that you're having with your parent is actually really unhealthy. And for example, to tell you why I know how things are the way they are, this week has been one of the first weeks that I'm starting to pull away from this enmeshed nature. And we are talking slightly less than normal. And now my mom is guilt tripping me, and there's a lot of like, she's starting to protest this change and realizing like, oh wow, she actually doesn't desire to like meet my needs, like my emotional needs. It's her emotional needs, and her emotional needs are the ones that matter more than mine. Like maybe it's healthier for me to like not call you 5 times a day or message you nonstop. Maybe it's healthy for us to like have some distance and some space. It is. And it is such a complicated thing, and I'm oversimplifying every one of my experiences for the sake of this video, because we can't talk for hours. But having these connections, I hope, really helps at least one single person. So thank you for watching this video, and if you need support, leave a comment and I will get back to you and support you through whatever you're experiencing if you relate to this video. So I will see you in my next video. Bye.